Oh man, I feel so claustrophobic right now. It's a little bit too close. Alright, so you want to be a BIM engineer, right? I'm your man because I was a BIM engineer working for Katera before, so... kind of shy over here, but my name is Trey and I'm going to teach you how to be a BIM engineer. It's actually really simple if you just follow the steps that I lay out to you today in this video, and you will also be a BIM engineer. Let me just adjust this camera right now really quick. Okay, I don't want this camera to fall. It's my only camera. Okay. Alright guys, so you want to be a BIM engineer, it is pretty simple, okay? First of all, I'm going to talk about what is BIM. Alright, BIM is actually Building Information Modeling, which a lot of you already know. Then I'm going to dive into job descriptions, like the skills you need in order to be a BIM engineer. I'm going to talk about my own experiences as well working as a BIM engineer. I will also talk about what I like and what I don't like about BIM, okay? I hope this video helps you make a better decision whether you want to be a BIM engineer or not, okay? And I really hope that I do a better, no, don't say that. Alright, never mind. Okay, so, first things first, okay, what is BIM? BIM basically is Building Information Modeling, okay? It is basically 3D models that you see in a virtual environment, okay? Just imagine this. Imagine you looking at a building, okay, or a house inside your computer. The 3D model spans from architectural, structural, engineering, all the way through interior design and furnitures, landscaping and whatnot, right? So BIM is basically models that contains a lot of information, okay, that you would need to better construct a building or for prefabrication or for design purposes. Okay, so let me talk about BIM job description right now, okay, like the skills that you need to be successful in BIM, okay? So these are the softwares that you need to know in order to execute as a BIM engineer, alright? Revit is number one, okay? Revit is like the most important software you have to learn. It is extremely important, it is the mother of BIM, it is the best. Okay, like for me, whenever I go to work, the first thing I open is Revit. Okay, Revit is extremely important. If you don't know how to use Revit, then you cannot be a BIM engineer, okay? It is so important, alright? I cannot stress how important this is. Okay, so basically what Revit is a software for you to house all your models, okay? It is a software where you can create models, you can open up models, you can look at models, you can play with them, adjust them, and modify it, alright? Now second, you gotta know Navisworks. Navisworks is a software for you to basically create a 4D schedule, or like you can insert time frames into your model to make it 4D basically. So if you don't know BIM, there is 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, right? 3D is basically your model, 4D is with your time estimates, and then 5D is with your cost estimates, and then 6D, I believe, it's with you know what, I don't know. Okay, if you want to go find it out, Google. But yeah, Navisworks is very important as well because we do clash detection inside this software. I love to use Navisworks, it's fun. You can create a walkthrough of the building for your client, and you can do a lot of amazing things. And then you have AutoCAD. AutoCAD is where you create like construction documents to be passed on to the construction team. So it is also a very useful tool. Next we have Bluebeam. Bluebeam, it is a really awesome software to use. You can use it to basically modify your PDFs. It's a PDF viewer for your construction documents. It is used to create schematic designs, schematic drawings. There's a lot. Create punch lists. There's a lot to Bluebeam. You have to learn this software. It is like the basic of all. If you don't know how to use it, please go and learn how to use Bluebeam. It is so important, okay? I cannot stress how important this is. Now, Assemble is what I use in Katera to create very quick cost estimates for any building, any project, any model, okay? It is an online platform. It is not free, it is very expensive, but it is very expensive because Autodesk purchased Assemble. Okay, they acquired the company, and all of a sudden the price just went up the roof. But during our time in Kutera, I really had a lot of fun using Assemble. Assemble is really useful, okay, to create very quick cost estimates for our clients. And our clients are always keeping up with the costs, right? Our clients are always trying to know how much the building would cost them. We're able to create a very quick cost estimate for them using Assemble. And yeah, these are basically all the softwares that you need to be successful as a BIM engineer. But I'm telling you, it might change because 10 years from now we might be using a different software. But when it comes to job descriptions, okay, there is so much that pertains to this job, okay? There is just so much, and one of them is clash detection. Okay, one of them is creating construction documents for your construction team. The other one is using Revit to support your engineers. Okay, a lot of times engineers are trying to create a new template for their BIM needs, for their modeling needs. So your job as a BIM engineer is to help them create those templates according to their specifications, create those templates, create those models, create families for their new electrical equipment. But let me just basically tell you like the fundamentals of BIM. So as a BIM engineer, basically you use all these softwares, right? You use Revit, you use Navisworks, you use AutoCAD, Bluebeam, and sometimes Assemble. Okay, not all companies use Assemble, but every company is going to use these 4 softwares. Your job is to make sure that the BIM models come out right, that they all align, and they're all in the same coordinate points. Like perfect, okay? Gotta make sure that when you upload the architectural, structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, landscaping, interior design, that this model is just like so awesome and free from all clashes, free from discrepancies, just looking so clean and nice and yummy, you know, like delicious. That whatever that should show up is showing up, that it is not hidden, because it is so important, especially in the early phases of design and construction, that you make sure all these are accurate and done well, so that you can move on to construction seamlessly. BIM engineers are like people who play the supporting role for the engineers and the construction team. So let me just share with you my experience in Kutera, okay, the company that I was working for as a BIM engineer for about 2 years, about a year and a half, okay. Kutera is an amazing company, okay. What Kutera is trying to do is integrate architecture, engineering, and construction. They're basically a tech company that does everything in-house, okay. It's a very good company. If you're looking for a job, I would recommend Kutera because Kutera is a really great company to work for, okay. I was there for a year and a half, but I have my reasons of leaving, okay. And I will talk about it in the next video, or like in the future. Alright, but today we're just going to talk about BIM. Today we're just going to talk about how you can be a BIM engineer, and for me to share my knowledge with you so that you can make a better decision if you want to be a BIM engineer or not, okay? I mean, you know, BIM engineering sounds awesome, but when you're really doing the actual work, when you're doing the nitty-gritty stuff, it is not as cool as you think it is. It is really important for you to know everything about BIM, or like most of it, the fundamentals, before becoming a BIM engineer. When I was working for Kutera, I was basically the liaison between engineering and construction. Okay, we work with the architect, we work with the engineering firm, the engineering team, sorry, and we work with the construction team as well. So Kutera is a company that combines all these different trades, right? Because we are doing it in-house. Sorry. Because we're doing sorry. We do everything in-house, right? So my role as a BIM engineer is to make sure that the models that we get from the engineering team are free from clashes, and then we hold subcontractor meetings every week to make sure that every subcontractor knows their roles and responsibilities, and every subcontractor knows that there is something wrong with the model and that they need to fix it. So we have like a spreadsheet that we keep track of all the clashes in the model, and then we make sure that they go one by one to fix every everything that they have to fix, okay? Whether it's the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, landscaping sometimes, and structural models. Usually architecture doesn't have to move anything. Your job is to make sure that construction goes well using your models, okay? The whole point of BIM is to support the construction team, okay? Because the construction team is heavily relying on you to make sure that there's nothing wrong that might happen in the field, okay? When they're building when they're pouring concrete outside, they don't want to be stripping off concrete just to lay a new underground plumbing or whatever, okay? When they're installing mechanical equipment outside in the field, they don't want to be clashing against a plumbing pipe or clashing against a structural model, okay? This is why your job is so important, to make sure that every model is not clashing against each other, okay? Especially the big equipments. The big equipments are the most expensive to move, alright? But I really hope that this video helps you understand BIM a little bit better, and I really hope that it would help you make a good decision, okay? Whether you want to be a BIM engineer or not. Based on my experience, I think being a BIM engineer is fun because you get to work with a lot of people, but at the same time it really depends on what you want, because do you like to work with people? Do you like to hold subcontractor meetings every week? Do you like to look at the computer and stare at the computer for like 9 hours a day? Do you like doing clash detection? Do you like playing around in the 3D environment? Do you like if you need anything else from me, you can just let me know in the comments below, and I will try my best to respond as fast as I can. Alright, I'm gonna talk in my next video on like what I'm doing right now, what is my career, and why I'm no longer working for Katera, probably, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And if you need help, just let me know. Yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.